All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Thursday, April 7th, 2017. Let's take a look at SPY here. The market put in an ugly reversal candle yesterday after looking like we were potentially out of the woods here, after looking like we were filling 50. Nice strong break, remount here. We were holding the 9 for the most part all of last week. This week has been a little sketchy, and then yesterday, intraday, when we looked like we were breaking out, we got this intraday reversal and closed back below the 9. We're still above the 50, but this is not a good candle. This has the feel now of a dead cat bounce. This is why we did not get super aggressive when we were getting these indications here. We've been talking about a close about above 237.50, which was the level here. And until we get that, we're not going to get too aggressive. And that's kind of playing out here why we have been cautious through this period. Now let's look at IWM. Another nasty reversal, and the Qs holding up a little better. Now some of the other sectors here, biotech, again, looking really bad here. That's why we're waiting. Now this was just one day, maybe we get a bounce back, so we're still going to be cautious. I came very close to taking a potential short or two yesterday, but decided to hold off to see if we get that continuation. But IBB breaking below its 50-day. Semiconductors here breaking below the 9, kind of looking like they're topping, and then some of the other areas here like Russia actually bounced, and EWZ looking kind of negative here. But overall, the best strategy is to probably continue to be cautious and wait for a direction. Now yesterday, as the market looking like it was going to break out over this range, I got stopped out of UVXY, and of course what happened, it reversed by the end of the day, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting back in if it looks like we're ready to sell off. And I've still got the TZA hedge, which if the market pulls back, obviously we start winning on that. And then TTD, still holding that. So really light on positions right now. Focus list basically remains the same. So in terms of stocks we're watching, nothing has really changed. If the market bounces back, we continue watching for the same levels we've been watching. But I want to be prepared for some shorts here. Now, the big one yesterday, it almost seemed too easy, was Amazon here putting in, after this huge run from 840 to 920 intraday, we got this hammer, kind of this runner short. This is a setup I trade quite a bit in my more aggressive accounts and came close yesterday, but I wanted to see if there would be follow through. So when you get this already extended levels and you get this big inverted hammer, basically a failure intraday, that's a good short setup. But I want to see if the market continues here. The close yesterday was around 909. We're set to open here around 910 or 911. Now intraday, if it starts to fail this candle, I may take a quick short. Say an entry here at about 903, 905. If this even pulls back to the 9, that's down to 880. So that would be a decent gain. And obviously if it went back to this support level here, which is the old high, that would be a 40 to 50 point gain. So I'm watching Amazon very closely for a quick short. Now this is counter trend. You have to be careful. Amazon could gap at any time. So protect yourself, but potentially a setup we could take. BABA putting in maybe a rolling over type of play here for 3 or 4 points on a short. Snapchat breaking that 9 really hard here, and there's room to about 19 just to get to the lows, and then maybe it breaks those lows. Now some of the energy stocks, we were watching energy, and energy did not handle, or oil did not handle the oil inventories report well. If we look at USO, after looking like it was going to break out, much like the market did, it failed here. That's why we got out the day before. I wanted to see how we handled that report, and I wasn't opposed to getting back in if we could clear this level. But now not looking quite as hot, so we're going to hold off on the energies, and you could even potentially short some of these things if they do off these ugly candles here. So those are more potential shorts than financials also getting hit hard and looking like they're ready to make a secondary push. And we could play FAZ, which we've already played once successfully, but we could get a run maybe up to here to 22 or 23, 24. If the market really starts to pull back. And then some of the fangs that have been running. Netflix, if it breaks below the 50, Google 50, and then Facebook actually held up a little better. But if it gets up below its 9, and then biotech is not looking so strong here, although it was a really big candle. So maybe if it bounces and then breaks down, we could trade LABD, the inverse here, and finally X, which is looking like a dead cat bounce at this point. Entry right here around 32 something, and maybe even hits the 50 down here. So today and tomorrow is assessing whether the market follows through to the downside or reverses yesterday's reversal. So that's what we're going to be watching today. Play it safe. Maybe we add 1 or 2 positions in either direction the next couple of days. Otherwise, best bet would be to hold off and wait for a clear direction.